The short story of a great community that falls into the dark side of life. Would they survive? Let's watch and see. A peaceful African village, Umuama, surrounded by lush forest and glowing under a gentle sunrise. A young girl, Ezuma, barefoot and silent, walking through a sacred grove with herbs and animal bones hanging from her belt. Ezuma, now a teenager, with glowing eyes and arms outstretched, whispering to stones and birds as they circle her. Ezuma under moonlight, creeping into the sacred grove and stealing a glowing ancient scroll from a hidden shrine. The stars disappearing from the sky as Ezuma returns, her eyes now empty and her shadow burned away. As a terrifying witch, floating above the village with tendrils of shadow reaching into villagers' homes. Mothers crying as their children forget their names, confusion and fear written on their faces. Pregnant women and frightened families fleeing the village as silence spreads. King Obidike, grey-bearded and sorrowful, banishing a crying couple, Adis and Ekemba, from the village square. Adis and Ekemba in exile, holding hands as they walk barefoot into the forbidden forest. A mysterious hut in the forest surrounded by glowing plants and whispering spirits. Adis giving birth under the massive Iroko tree as thunder rumbles and spirits watch from the shadows. A newborn baby, Idu, glowing slightly, being held up to the moonlit sky as wind swirls around him. Idu at age 10, sitting cross-legged, eyes closed, listening to the forest with animals calmly resting nearby. Teenage Idu bending a tree branch with a glance and whispering to the river as it parts gently around him. Idu waking from a dream, sweat on his brow, after seeing Ezuma on a throne of bones and the village in ruins. Idu, now 13, standing tall with a carved lion bone staff, beginning his journey back to Umuama. Ezuma sensing Idu's return from a cave of cracked mirrors and walls made of bones. A cursed village, empty market stalls, broken shrines, grey skies, and silent villagers. Ezuma flying through the sky like smoke, her arms outstretched, screaming across the land. Idu placing his glowing staff into the center of the village square, earth pulsing with light. Ezuma descending from the sky, her face shifting between beauty and horror as she confronts Idu. Idu calling spirits with his chant as ancestral warriors and lost children surround him in a circle of fire. Ezuma summoning the dead princes to attack while Idu counters with the songs of the unborn. Ezuma attempting to steal Idu's memory, but he speaks his full name, glowing with ancestral power. A shower of glowing names raining from the sky, burning Ezuma as she screams and begins to vanish. Ezuma's face, for the first time, full of sorrow and regret as she disappears like smoke. Spirits of the dead children smiling, whispering, "We remember," as light fills the village. King Obidike kneeling in front of Idu, his crown in his hands, begging for forgiveness. Idu pointing to the edge of the village, saying, "Bring my parents." Adis and Ekemba returning in tears, embracing Idu under a tree that blooms in real time. The king placing the crown on Ekemba's head while the villagers cheer in joy and dance. Idu walking away from the village, staff in hand, forest parting before him. Flowers blooming in every step Idu takes as he vanishes into the forest embrace. A final wide view of Umuama, restored, vibrant, alive, as sunlight breaks through the clouds. The end. Please like, comment and subscribe for more stories.